Hello, it's me again. So, today is the 22nd of March, 2025. All right, we're going back to the end of 2009, the beginning of 2010. All right, so I'm driving all these entertainment girls in the industry, of adult industry, and one of the females are having a problem with her nephew. He has been in school for about 4 months, started in September of 2009, and he's being bullied. And she said, "Is there anything I can do in order to help him with his situation of being bullied at school?" So I understand that, children in school pick on other children and stuff like that. So I'm thinking of a way in order that I can help this child not get hurt anymore or get bullied anymore. So I came up with this idea. See, I can make attractive charms that'll make people attracted to another person. And I can also make them in a broad range. So my idea was to make this charm, give it to the aunt, and she's the one that's been driving him to school and picking him up. So she'll have more interaction with him at school than the mother does. The mother's not in the adult industry, but the niece is, and that's the one I'm driving. Her aunt. That's who person I'm driving is her aunt, and she wants to help her nephew. And the mother's all aboard for it, but she's working a full-time job, and the other one is in the adult entertainment industry. So what I'm going to need is, first of all, a nice shiny charm. It can be costume jewelry. So I found something that looked like a brooch. Really nice, it's pretty, and she could wear it even. So, first of all, you're going to need fire, then you're going to need water, then you're going to need earth, and then you're going to need air. Well, air is everywhere, but you're going to need a tiny fan blowing it. And this process is going to take about 48 hours. So, at first you can put it in front of the sun, start it in the daytime, and you're also going to need the fifth element, which is in a movie and all that stuff, and it's love. But there's a whole bunch of different types of love. There's love for your parents, love for your dog, love for your cat, love of the sun, love of the earth. So many different types of love. But I'm going to need a particular kind of love, like love from lust. Excuse me. Bit of a cold. So, I'm going to need a tear from my eye because I'm a psychic and I'm very powerful. So, I've got to think of some type of lust that I fantasize over. And I guess there's this thing that I used to have a thing for was the Amazons. And one in particular, of course. But anyway, I fantasized a lot about that a little bit when I was younger. As I get older, the fantasies don't exist as much anymore. But anyway, I managed to get a couple tears out of my eyes and put it on the charm. Now the charm is ready to go. So I give it to the young lady and I tell her, please don't use this for anything else but to help your nephew at school that's being bullied. You cannot use it at work because it will attract men and it'll become a different entity and it will cause you to bleed a little bit more than you do on your period every month. She said, okay. So she wore it, and the bullying stopped because all the boys were attracted to her aunt. And so what happens later is she didn't listen to me. She started to use it at work and attracting all these men. And naturally, it became its own entity. Excuse me. So she had her period and bled really a lot. And she got in contact with me and she says, this is ridiculous. I can't do this. I said, you got to get rid of the charm. I had to give the charm to two witches, which could encase it in a copper sealed box and with salt. It became its own entity, and It started hurting people, and I can't have that. Anyway, that's my story for today. It's only a short story, but it's a good one. The boy never got bullied again. And she learned the lesson that you got to be careful with magic. But yeah, the situation was good and then bad. And I guess that happens when you play with magic a little bit, right? So be careful when you play with magic. It's Birdy signing out. Thank you. I tried to make it under 7 minutes. Bye. Yeah, this thing doesn't shut off.